Hello, Lean students. This is Dr. Seiwert checking in with you. It should be week 2 starting tomorrow, but just wanted to kind of talk to you and see how it's going. I know that some of you are waiting for the digital handbook. I had told some you can get, well, I think on the website, you can get an Amazon copy, a hard copy, or I actually downloaded the digital. So if somebody said, hey, on digital, and it was different than my hard copy, I'd be okay. But I don't expect you guys to have 2 of them. So hopefully we get everybody's in, and as you're doing the assignments, you can refer back to that, or you can also get some other sources from outside the book, which is always a good thing too. So the essence, I believe, of Lean is giving more value to your customer. We're talking about if we're a business. So how can we give more value to the customer? Well, we can give more value probably by cutting their cost. A good example, I would say, of this is Amazon. Amazon is quite clever in the ways that they cut costs and are always thinking ahead what they can do. I'm pretty interested to see how the drone thing works out. FYI, the WSU Tech's going to add drone technology, which I'm thinking I'll sign up for because I think that's kind of a way of the world, don't you, coming up? I don't know, I think so. But anyway, so we want always to find value for our customer. And when I think of Lean, I think back to the Henry Ford making cars. So he's making cars, and then he figured out do an assembly line. How genius was that? The car goes and you put one thing on, and then you put one thing on, and then you put one thing on. How much time and people did that cut to give a better price to the consumer? I mean, that's genius. You'll see lots of references back to Ford because, to me, that's kind of the start of it. And I just find that we're talking a century ago. How smart were they to think of that? So also, as we came in from, in our economy, we go from an ag economy to a manufacturing. Now we're in technology. So we're looking back a little bit at the manufacturing era. How can we do better and have a better value for our customer? So you'll notice that as, Henry Ford did this, then along later, the car companies, all of them did the same thing. It was basically, you have one person doing one thing and it goes down the line. So then a lot of change happened when the Japanese, after they got out of their World War with us, decided they needed to make things, have an economy, sell things, that kind of thing. So they actually asked for help from the US, as far as some of our economists, to help them out. So you would be too young to understand this, but back in the 60s, let's say, when they were producing whatever they were producing, whether it was a TV or, let's say, really anything, people used to tag it made in Japan because it was crap. Isn't that funny? I mean, if you saw it was made in Japan, you probably didn't buy it unless you just wanted something really cheap and you knew it was probably going to break. So that's the stigma that they were going against when they invited economists to come over and see their processes and help them do a better job. Well, about this time, then, the Lean philosophy really ramped up, particularly when the Japanese started making cars. And of course, they have Sony. And so let's say they're technological, they moved a little bit manufactured to technological, and then in their car making companies. It used to be, there was not a demand for a Japanese car. And then they helped Honda get started, and Honda was shipped over here. Instant success because they were reliable, they were small, people wanted that kind of thing. They just wanted transportation that wasn't expensive. And to tell you the truth, the United States, like the GMs, the Fords, their product wasn't very good compared to the Japanese cars. So people started buying foreign cars. think that might be true today. For me, I have not had an American car. Well, I have a 68 Mustang, but I just bought that about 4 years ago. I haven't had an American car since maybe the 80s, 90s, because I buy foreign now because they're just so predictable. I don't spend any money on them. They never break down, knock on wood. So anyway, this was a big deal. Quality. The Japanese started focusing on quality. So this is where a lot of our lean terms will come from, is back in that area. A lot of them are actually Japanese terms. Is the quality that will make them be a better product and that people will buy. And so that's what happened. I really like to see it as kind of the Sony products, maybe the TVs, used to have Betamaxes. And then also the cars, the Hondas and Toyotas. So as that started coming into the United States and people started buying all this stuff, then we're like, whoa, nobody's buying our American cars. What are we going to do here? Or our American, whatever's TVs. And so the United States basically had to put a lot of restrictions on them because the American cars weren't being bought. So that was actually, I think, a pivotal time in our lean history. This happening, and then now it really is over in the United States, and is an important thing as far as we want quality now, and we don't want the shabby things that used to happen in the 60s, 70s. We do want a quality product, and we have seen along the way that for the United States, for example, doesn't make TVs anymore. This has gone to other places that can make them cheaper with very good quality. So, that's a good thing. That's a bad thing. If it goes somewhere else, we lose those jobs. Now, I don't know, they're looking at having everybody at $15 an hour. I don't know if we'll ever get any of that back, but that's sort of besides the point. But we do want quality. We know that we want quality in this day and age. So then during the pandemic, I find it interesting, how did we have quality during the pandemic? Well, to me, I feel like, in this world right now, I think there's Amazon and maybe Walmart that are pretty big competitors as far as keeping prices low, getting the product to you. So now we have quality as far as can we get the product to you when we say we're going to do it. And, Amazon has done that with flying colors. So maybe they're headed for a monopoly because nobody else can do this. And I would guess that's probably true. But the thing that matters is we still want our products and we want quality products and we want to get them fast because we want, for me, like I want something tomorrow if I order it now. So that's just me. But I got used to that and I like it. But, a car, for example, it's interesting to me. I have had Toyotas for the last, when I had a Toyota Highlander, now I have a Lexus, which is basically the same thing. Never had any trouble with these cars. I drove my Toyota Highlander for 220-some-thousand miles, which to some people that's unheard of. Probably would have gone farther other than I wanted something with more airbags and things like that, a little more safety kind of thing. And so as we do that, our cars are getting more quality and not necessarily going up in price as far as, to probably cover a lot of that. So that's a good thing that they have, that we have quality now and safety in these, in our vehicles. And of course, in the lean industry with vehicles, we probably know that a lot of the companies are using robotics. So robotics, that seems like a really good idea to me. You're going to do the same thing over and over, and it'll be a quality thing, right? A person can't do the same thing over and over and have it be exactly the same. Flip side of that, do we lose jobs over it? Well, maybe we can train people to be technicians or the supervisor over some of these things. So hopefully that takes care of that. But there are many things, like I said, the robotics, very interesting subject. that help us with quality now. Of course, computerized anything is going to help us with quality. But I don't know. Have you ever gone back to look at, let's say, maybe something somebody's made a wooden piece for you versus you get one, offline, online. You can see quality in that work and quality in the materials and the craftsmanship. Um, and so sometimes we're paying for something that only we know why we want to pay for it. Okay. But the good thing about it is we do have quality in a lot of areas, particularly in our automobiles. So that's been a very good step forward for people. And a good thing too is, it's our parts are so easily available to fix something, and so that's been a good part of that as well. So anyway, our lean, we want to do things that give value to the customer. So we want to make a process that when I get my product, it is of value to me. It is a good value, and I'm proud of it. Um, I think of bigger things, but it could be anything. Like I have this ukulele sitting on my table, and it's a really pretty work of art. And it was probably cost a little bit, but I can see that it's way better than the ones I've ever looked at before. Somebody gave it to me. So just in small things, even the quality that you see. So we're going to explore that more. And like I said, there's a lot of Japanese terms because that's really where it was spearheaded, was from the Japanese trying to have a better economy and make better products after the war. So anyway, I'm going to leave you with that. Please call me and let me know any problems, or if you don't have a problem, if you have something you'd like to tell me, or that kind of thing. So this is a pretty fast 8 weeks just to learn a little some about lean and know that there are companies that need this, quality. They want more quality. How can it's us that says, here's a process, here's a way, let's try this, and it's better, because these processes didn't get here by just like boom. People along the way have thought about how to do things, or maybe let's put up our workstation here somewhere else that would make more efficient and the flow would be better. So it's just small things like that make companies money. So anyway, great to talk to you, and I just have to end with my go Chiefs! Yay!